Oh, hey guys, welcome to the TVG office. Come on in. On this episode of Philimena.com, I am showing you the other side of Philimena. So many of you may not know that I am the co-founder of the Vantage Group. We are a growth strategy firm based in Monrovia, and we do a lot of different things. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of our office. We'll talk about some of the work that we do, and you'll get to meet my business partner, my business expert, Jefyne. Stay tuned. So the first thing you see when you visit our office is our statement wall. And like it says on the top, we want you to embark on this journey with us through the TVG office spaces. Come on through. Welcome to the TVG Lounge. All right, guys, so here's the moment, the woman behind the scenes, my quarterback, Jefyne. Go ahead and introduce yourself to my subscribers.
Hi, I'm Jefyne. I'm the co-founder of the Vantage Group. I am, I guess, the quarterback,
Yes, she is.
as Rita says, but my official role is I'm a business coach and growth strategist here at the Vantage Group.
So many of you always ask me, I've been getting so many inquiries about how to start a business, who can start a business, all of these things. And I just keep telling you guys, just wait. So here's the answer finally. Anything business related, I come to her. So let's talk about it, especially with everything that's happening in the United States. You lived in the United States as well. So tell them about when you moved here, how long you've been here, and what you've been doing in the business world here in Liberia.
Okay, I moved here 11 years ago, so I've been in Liberia for the last 11 years. My business primarily has been consulting. I work with small businesses, particularly do have a few corporate clients here and there. But really, since I've been in Liberia, my passion has really been just helping small businesses succeed.
Right.
I want to see Liberian businesses taking control of their economy. So I've just really put a lot of work into working with those type of clients.
Yeah. So let's talk about TVG and what we do. So I'll give my official title, you give your official title, then we can just go back and forth. So I am the Director of Creative Development, and you are?
I'm the Head of Business Development.
Okay, so then we're gonna tell you guys exactly what we do. So I'm definitely the creative of the group. Jefyne talks about it a lot. A little bit, over there sometimes. But social media management, videography, so strategic social media plans, because that's a big part of business these days.
Yeah.
So that's my sphere. And then when we talk about you, you're all about the business.
Yeah, so I really focus on strategy. I focus about how you can, grow or scale in a efficient, feasible way. A lot of the clients that we deal with are very small. They don't have a lot of resources. So we really have to get creative and think outside of the box. So I'm more strategy focused.
And the way we work, we are quintessential yin and yang.
Yes.
So what she does, I can't do, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So when you become a client of TVG, you first go through the Jefyne boot camp. Getting your ideas on paper, figuring out timelines and all those things, and then once that part is done, then it's shot over to me to take that strategy and that vision that you come up with Jefyne, and I make it happen visually. And we've been, our company is 1 year old.
Yes, officially.
But we've been on this for quite some time. And one thing I love about us is we're just two young female entrepreneurs who are coming together to try to change and bring upscale management and social media and business development things to Liberia.
And just add another dynamic or just another level of doing business in Liberia. Creativity, innovation, everything that we do, we try to be different.
Right.
Want it to be something that you've never seen before, at least in Liberia.
Right. So, I've done a couple of videos in you lived in America, I lived in America, and we came back because we are, of Liberian descent.
Yeah.
But there is a huge interest of African Americans and Black people all around the world to at least visit or start to invest in the continent with all the things that are happening in America. So one question I get a lot is, as a foreigner, as a non-Liberian, how easy is it for a foreigner to come here and start a business?
Well, we just gonna keep it real.
Right.
Okay?
well, let me rephrase it. On the paperwork side, can a foreigner come in and start a business? We'll get into the easy or not part a little bit later.
So yes, that's a simple answer. It is possible for a foreigner to start a business. There's some businesses in Liberia that are exclusive to Liberians only. So those type of businesses, it has to be at least 50 or 51% Liberian ownership. There's a whole bunch of different businesses, but they're kind of like smaller scale. So yes, a foreigner can start a business in Liberia.
Now let's get to the real. Is it easy to start a business?
Easy is
relative.
Yeah, it's relative, right? So the process, in theory, is pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward. You fill out a form, you give them your documents, you pay your money, and you get your registration. In practicum, it don't always work like that. But eventually it gets done, and that's why there's firms like ours and, other people that can facilitate that process.
Can assist you.
Right.
So, we get you on the business side as well. So what are some potential areas that you think returnees or those considering the continent should look at?
Well, speaking for Liberia specifically, there's a lot of opportunity right now in agriculture, tourism, industry. Liberia actually there's so much left to do. Right? So, pretty much any sector that you can think of, there's something that can be done in Liberia. And the thing that I like about Liberia is that when you want to invest here, because there's pretty much a blank canvas, you don't really have to reinvent the wheel. You can just take things that are working in other countries and bring them to Liberia. Some of the companies that have been pretty successful, that's what they're doing. They're just taking those models.
Sometimes they have the same name.
Right. So you don't even have to really be super creative or unique, because we just need so many different things.
And that's attributed to the war, right? Since the war has ended, we haven't really, I wouldn't say we haven't recovered, but we're still recovering. And sometimes we get setbacks. So, after the war, we had administration that went for 12 years, but then we had Ebola, and then Ebola just took us all the way back. And then, we start coming, back again, and then we have Corona, right? So it's like we take 5 steps forward and 10 steps back, and to be in Liberia, to do business in Liberia, you really have to be resilient. I wouldn't even compare us to other countries that are more, fast forwarding, like Ghana or Nigeria. We're just not there yet. So if you want to do business in Liberia, you have to be ready to go for the long haul, And I also tell people, you don't necessarily have to start. When people think investment, they think these big $1 million projects, and you don't even have to do that. There's companies that we've worked with where all they need is maybe $10,000 to take to the next level. So I always encourage people to look at investment from the standpoint of starting smaller and growing bigger. And realistically, how many people have hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to invest anyway, right? So we're kind of shifting the conversation to really building the private sector, the smaller, medium scale, and then growing up from there. Okay, so what advice would you give to someone who's never been to Liberia before and wanting to come and survey the landscape and Like, what is the first step do you think that they need to do, even before they come?
I think before they come, they really need to have a clear idea of some of the things that they want to do, like research. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. The advantage that people have now that we didn't have when we came is like everything is online. There's a lot of resources to just kind of really feel what's going on in the country, what areas you think are of interest to you, and start engaging people, points of contact before you even come. Because when you come to Liberia, and if you come and then you start looking around trying to see who to talk to, before you know it, your trip is over.
Yeah, you have to go back.
And you have to leave. So definitely talk to people, just kind of poke around, see what's out there. And then when you come to Liberia, be very specific about who you want to talk to, what do you want to see, where do you want to go, because I've seen so many times where the time just flies like that, and people leave, unaccomplished. So yeah.
And a lot of people I know, you've been asking me, can you send me a contact in this area? Can you send me a contact in that area? I would like to let you know that TVG will be working on some type of directory like that, so you can have that option to start looking at your points of entry or points of contact before you come, and then it'll just be a follow-up conversation once you get here.
Right, and we facilitate, like we've had people from out of the country say, okay, I'm interested in doing this type of business. So we facilitate, those connections as well where we can. Because Liberia is so small, most of the times, everybody knows everybody. So whatever you're interested in, we can definitely point you in the right direction.
What are some trends, business trends or business areas that you see in the next 20, 30 years picking up, just from your personal standpoint?
I definitely think agriculture. Agriculture in terms of like production, in terms of adding value, in terms of export. That's definitely where I see Liberia shifting. It's a low-hanging fruit in Liberia right now. You see a lot of people, individuals, private sector, everybody is just like getting into agriculture, starting farms and stuff like that, because we have a lot of land.
A lot of unused land.
That's not developed. So people are planting cocoa, coffee. I think every 10 people you ask right now, like in our network, they have a cocoa or coffee farm.
And you have a cocoa.
Yeah, I do have it's a family-owned farm, but yes, I'm in the cocoa business as well.
We're actually both from Carisburg, and we both come from farming families, or families that have farms. So
we are.
We connect on all.
We are from farmers. Okay, we're very proud of that. Yeah, definitely. So definitely agriculture is one. I also think that, once you have the infrastructure kind of shifting into the digital space, you see there's a lot of companies now that are shifting like online, e-commerce, that kind of stuff. There's an opportunity there because it's still very new in Liberia, especially when it comes to like payment platforms. I've noticed that there are a lot of companies here that want to go online, but having that payment platform that works for Liberia is a challenge. So that's a huge opportunity there for someone. So
call us. We want to use our debit cards too.
So there's just so many things. Like I said, I mean, we're not a completely blank canvas, but I think for Liberia, we just have the sketch. We need to. We need something everywhere in every sector that you can think of. Things that I talk about a lot is, many of us were displaced because of the war. We went to the Americas, we went to Europe to get education. And it's really time for us to bring all those things that we learned and bring it back to Liberia, because that's how we build our country. Exactly. And that's what you see in other African countries. So Ghana, Nigeria, why do you all think those places are popping like they are? I mean, if you go to Nigeria, you see a plethora of young people who went to be schooled in Europe and America, and they come back and they bring it back and they're starting businesses. So again, it is important. I'm not the only one doing it. My partner's doing it. And there's so many young Liberians here that are doing really awesome and amazing things. And I try to show those things in the vlog, and hopefully you can refer to the Vantage Group to help connect you to these people. But Jefyne, thank you for taking the time out. I'm so happy I finally get to. I know, she's finally on a Philimena episode. I'm always, in the background.
She's become my editor, all those things.
Yes,
So it's great to have you. Again, we'll provide some resources initially here, but hopefully you can grow with the Vantage Group and we can help get you all here so we can get Liberia back on track.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Philimena.com. If you like this episode, make sure you click like and subscribe. See you next time.